is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, is for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free. Good morning or early afternoon, wherever you are at. Thank you, everybody who stopped by and saw my videos and subscribed. I hope you'll like it here. I hope you'll stay, as my mod calls it, and join the, as my mod calls it, the speculation family. I like that name. Thank you, Jenny, for being an awesome mod. We'll go ahead and jump into this interview. This is the interrogation and arrest of Stephen Stearns. I've got like exactly 2 hours, and then I have to go make soap with a friend. So I'm going to try to get through all of it if I can. If I can't, we'll finish it up tomorrow. And my wonderful mod just told me about a YouTube channel that did an interview with Stephen's parents. And so we will hopefully watch that one tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and get this pulled up. And then let me take it back to the beginning, and then I will put it on the screen. We will be watching my video that I did without the commentary. I mean, I have like little notes that I added in just to bring everybody to where we were at, but I don't think it has commentary personally. All right, so let's get started. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just... Sorry for the replay of the intro. Speculation. Because it's true crime, is for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free. This in particular is not speculation because it's an actual interrogation. The first 3.5 hours were just of him sitting in this room. So I've cut that part out, and we're going to start here where he's waiting for the police to come in and they're about to walk in. He hasn't really been doing anything other than sleeping.
Step on. How you doing, sir? Sorry. That's okay. Didn't mean to wake you up.
Let me just say that from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but I'm like 99% sure that I'm right. The interview we watched yesterday with Jen, where they hit her with the CSA pictures, happened first. During the I think they came to they came from the hotel to the police station together. Stephen Stearns was sitting in this room while they were talking to Jennifer. So basically, the police did what we heard yesterday with Jennifer, and now they're walking in here to interview him. That's why it had the 3.5 hours where he was just sleeping. I think that's when they were talking to Jennifer. And then I think they go back, or in a couple of days is when we get the other interview of Jennifer. That's the actual video file. So again, to put it in perspective, they came straight from the room with Jennifer that we watched the interview of yesterday, and they're coming in here now to interview him.
I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Mark. I work for the Kissimmee Police Department. Nice to meet you. This is Corporal Elgin. Brandon. I understand you've been here for a little bit. So just to give you a little bit of background, the reason we are here now is because
when it cuts out like that, it's a redaction.
Jennifer and yourself reside in the city of Kissimmee. So initially they thought, dropped off at school and it would be an Orange County case. It seems like since she lives in Kissimmee, that's the reason we're going to do the case. Okay. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me just grab something.
I had a comment yesterday that I replied to that was actually a really good question. And they asked why they are redacting Madeline's name and in particular the address when we already know all that information from the news and other sources. And I do believe it's because it could be held against them in court, or it could make it to where every bit of work they've done on this case is not acceptable in the court of law. So they want to make sure that everything is perfect. All the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, so that they can get him convicted for these horrible things that he did.
All right. I know that you were brought up here by detectives, right? Detectives drove you. Okay. And that was earlier today.
I have no idea how long ago that was.
It was sometime today.
Sometime today.
Yeah.
Correct.
So being that you're here, we're here, you were taken here by detectives, I just need to get this out of the way just so we can talk about how we're or where she may be, okay? All right. Have you ever been in trouble ever in your life?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had your rights read to you at any point in your life?
I must have.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm going to do them again just to get it out of the way, and then we can talk about school and stuff like that, okay? All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, want to be appointed to represent you before any questioning. Do you understand these rights? Okay, perfect.
It surprised me that here they actually did say anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. That's really important to remember. If you ever find yourself, God forbid, in a situation like this, you should immediately just ask for a lawyer, because everything you say can and will be used against you. Not all Miranda rights say that. It surprised me that they actually said that. So just remember that if God forbid you ever find yourself in a situation like this.
All right. So before we start talking, one last thing. Can you just raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm that the statement you're about to give is the truth, nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge, so help you God?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Let's talk about your. We just talked to Jennifer a little bit. So where'd you meet her?
Work.
Where was that at?
We worked for a home building company. It's no longer in business, but we were both in the call center area.
Oh, okay. So like selling homes or?
Yeah.
That's them redacting it. I don't know why he talks in such a low, raspy voice. Like, that's not his normal voice. Again, that's redacted. That's not.
Lived in Kissimmee with them. Because I know Jennifer says she's lived in Kissimmee for years.
Yeah. Off and on for years myself.
Okay. Any family that lives in Kissimmee?
No.
Okay. So on and off, how long do you think you lived in Kissimmee?
This stretch, 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
I had not seen the comments until just now from my wonderful mod. So Jenny says that on February 28th, Jennifer sees the CSA picture and isn't sure about pressing charges, but Stefan is arrested. So she's given us the timeline. Thank you so much. And then on February 29th, Jennifer mentioned the Woody Allen effect and sees the picture of Madeline in Stefan's car. So again, making me think that she's trying to make excuses for the CSA pictures that she saw the day before by mentioning the Woody Allen effect. And Jennifer's the one that brought that to my attention. I remembered hearing it after she brought that to my attention. But I do want to give mad props to Jenny Jen. She's awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Or Jenny.
Jennifer kind of mentioned that, then you move back to wherever your parents live. And where's that at?
It's in Northport. It's down by Sarasota.
Okay, so on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So she had a birthday recently. She had a birthday party Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Okay.
So
did you come to the party?
No, I was not. I was on my way up at that point.
Okay. So the party ends. Did you pick them up from the party?
Someone must have dropped her off.
Okay.
She was there when I got there. Jen asked me to make sure that in the shower and did her bedtime routines, which she did. She was already on top of it, so nothing to do there.
Okay. What time do you think you got back in Kissimmee?
What time I got into Kissimmee?
Yeah.
Maybe 8 o'clock, 8:30ish, something like that.
And I apologize if you've answered these questions before. It's just like I said, we're coming into the game late, so I may ask you things that you've already answered probably 3 or 4 times.
Well, I apologize as well. My memory is not super reliable on time frames. I've been medicated for the better part of a week.
Okay, that's fine. What do you take medicine for?
Anxiety mostly. I've been having some money troubles lately. Anxious over that. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully your money troubles get better.
I've been medicated on Ativan since probably Saturday.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So when you got to Kissimmee and you got to the apartment, what happened? Like,
made some dinner, made some ramen. I love how I make my ramen. Then we started watching Sister Act, but it was time for her to start getting ready. Basically, just as we were starting Sister Act.
okay.
And that was just about bedtime.
What time is bedtime?
Usually 10:30, 11ish,
Okay.
something like that. It's a spectrum, not a set time.
Mm-hmm. Then, so who's going through the bedtime routine? Because I know Jennifer said she has somewhat of a little routine too that she does. Is it her? Are you talking about?
Jennifer's routine is taking her meds, eating some food so that she can have the proper calories for the meds. And then she's got about an hour to do whatever she needs to do because she needs to fall asleep at that point.
Okay, gotcha.
Her bedtime routine is taking her bedtime meds, brushing her hair. She should have showered that night. And then she goes to bed as well. Usually with some bombs or something on in the background. Bombs burgers.
Got it. What are the sleeping arrangements?
She sleeps in her.
Okay. Did she sleep in her bed Sunday night?
No. I was just back. I'd been away for a couple months. We in the same bed together, so we get some serious sleep. So she said no to that. And so
Keep in mind that the police already know all of the answers to these questions because they've just finished talking to Jen, and they're asking him to see what his reactions are. And it's amazing to see him lie and think he's outsmarting the police, and he's just the smartest person in the room. Also, he's in the corner like that. I don't know. Like they put them in the corner like that, and then the 2 police officers are sitting between him and the door because when they interrogate you, they want you to feel closed in or boxed in, because it makes you more nervous and anxious, and that's how they get information. It's like a psychological thing, and it's been proven to work.
suggested that the guest room upstairs had a big enough bed, so some snuggle cuddle time that would suffice, and Jen would get to sleep in peace.
Okay. So you say snuggle time. What does that mean?
Like to be alone. She is extremely dependent. She does not like to be alone at all. She needs human presence around her. Basically.
Gotcha.
That word snuggle time just makes me sick to hear him say that. And I thought the first time I heard this that he was about to say she needs human contact, but he caught himself and said presence. That's redacted, not
I've
me.
been trying to wean her off of that, but it's been difficult.
What?
I think he's on his way down to help.
Gotcha. Okay.
Last I heard.
All right. So Jennifer says, "Well, so snuggle time with you to help her go to sleep." Is that right?
Just bedtime, yeah.
Bedtime. Okay. Did you stay in the room the entire night?
Not the entire night. I'm usually up and down sometimes. So I might go grab a drink or something, or yeah, I'm up and down sometimes.
Gotcha. But you stayed. You didn't at any point go. Okay. All right. So night goes on. Morning time comes around, and it's school. Walk me through that a little bit.
Excuse me. Morning routine. She usually starts waking up. We set about 3 alarms. First one goes off, and we let her keep snoozing.
Do you remember what time her alarm goes off? Or what?
Not really. Maybe 7:30ish. I'm not sure. Alarm goes off. We let her snooze about 3 times while we start getting ourselves ready. And after the third snooze, it's time for her to get up for real.
So who's he referring to when he talks about we let her hit the alarm about 3 times and then we get up and start getting ready? Jennifer's asleep downstairs. Why wouldn't you say I get up and start getting ready while she's still snoozing a couple of times to get, for her alarm to go off like 3 times to wake her up? Who is we? Why is he saying we instead of I get ready? Because we know Jennifer's downstairs.
Start getting ready. Typically, she will have showered the night before, so she needs to brush her hair, brush her teeth. Excuse me. Get her book bag together. Eat some breakfast if she's going to eat there. And then we eventually make our way out the door.
Okay. So walk me through, like, you leave, you take her to school in your car?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of car do you have?
It's a Lincoln. It's actually my parents' car because my car is down south. It needs maintenance, and we're scared to drive it too much. So I'm driving a Lincoln right now. Got out early. The plan was to get some McDonald's on the way. So we got out nice and early.
Do you remember what time you left, roughly?
Not 100%.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My memory has not been super reliable.
No, that's fine.
But it was early. Maybe 7:30, 7:45, something like that. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not certain.
That's fine.
The plan
was Jennifer awake when you guys left?
Semi-awake. I was giving her updates as we were going along. Getting ready, getting dressed. We're leaving now. Goodbye. But she was sleeping in, so I was just giving her little updates and poking my head in as we went. But we leave the house. We start making our way to the school. most of the time. We make our way over towards her school area. I ask her if she's still hungry for McDonald's. She says no, she doesn't want it anymore. Okay. Continued on. It was still pretty early though, I think. We still had some time to kill. It wasn't really time to drop her off yet. I had apparently forgotten my clicker key fob for the gate. So I ended up actually turning around at some point and going back to the community to get the clicker. I had to use my parking sticker to get in.
So if I understand this right, he's saying that they got up, they went in the car, he went to take her to work, or take her to school. They stopped by, or they were going to stop by McDonald's, but she decided she didn't want it. It was still too early to drop her off at school. So he's somewhere close to the school, or like in between the McDonald's and the school. And then he turns all the way around and goes back all the way back to the house to get the clicker. And I was going to say, when he was talking about having his parents' car, he just seems like he doesn't work. His parents let him live there and give him any and everything he needs. He seems like just a spoiled rich kid that could do and get away with anything he wanted. And like a narcissist would, he did what he wanted and thought he could get away with it. And even now, while he's lying to the police, he still thinks he's going to get away with it. I'm really glad he didn't.
And for the guy to scan. I had some errands to run afterwards, and I wanted to have my phone. But we still had plenty of time as far as I knew. So we did that, grabbed the clicker, left again, and that's when we drove over to her school area, and I dropped her off where I dropped her off.
Okay. Do you remember where you dropped her off?
Yeah, it was the stretch of road, I forget there's a street name. It was the stretch of road that the school is on. Make a right onto it. It goes down a little ways. There's some communities over here, and then up further there's a church, and then there's the overpass and the school on the other side of the overpass right there. I dropped her off on that stretch where the communities are.
Was she by herself when you dropped her, or was her friends there?
Yeah, she was by herself. She said she was going to go find her friends and hang out, wait for them to show up.
Okay.
It was still early.
Where did you go after that? Like, did you see her walk towards the...
I saw her making her way towards the direction of the school, but she was like kind of shuffle step. She was meandering her way there. She was rummaging through her backpack for something. I assumed she was looking for headphones, maybe. But as it turns out, she did leave her phone at home that day, so she might have actually been looking for her phone.
Gotcha. Okay. What was she wearing when she left, or when you dropped her off?
When he adds these little details of like she was digging through her book bag looking for headphones and things like that, I do believe he's recalling like a previous day, because we know she's already deceased at this point, unfortunately. And when you try to add little details like that just to make the lie more believable, I do believe he's recalling like maybe the day before or a week before, the last time he dropped her off before this time. And he's throwing that stuff in just to make it seem more legitimate, more believable. In my opinion.
Green hoodie, black shorts, black or blue, black shorts, white Crocs.
I do believe she was found wearing pants, if I recall correctly, so they weren't even given the correct description.
White Crocs. Okay. All right, so she's walking towards the school. Do you continue straight when you leave? Or do you turn around?
I turned around and went back the other way. I was watching her in my rearview mirror, and she was going the right direction, so it looked okay.
And where did you go after that?
The next stop I wanted to go to was the vape shop. It opened at 10, so I had a little while, so I just kind of meandered around and eventually made my way over there to wait for it to open. It didn't open when it was supposed to, so I left and came home, and then went back about an hour later when I was sure it would have to be open at that point. Got what I needed there, and made my way back to home again. Relaxed and hung out with Jen for a while. Seemed like any other morning.
When you got back home after school, was Jennifer home at that time?
I think she was on her way home. I think that she had a blood appointment, and we were both kind of going to arrive very shortly with some time with each other.
Okay. So when you got home, when both of you got home, walk me through the rest of the day.
Just hung out, chit-chatted. I mean, I don't know. It's not much to recollect.
But you stayed at home pretty much all day, or no?
Pretty much until I think maybe noonish or 1 o'clock. I had a few errands to run, but I wanted to be back in time for us to go. So I just ran up and down 192. I ended up getting a flat at some point, which made me late to get.
Where'd you get a flat at?
Somewhere along 192.
192 is a big road.
It is, and honestly, it all looks the same to me. So I've been asked, do you remember what plaza you were next to, what color? And I'm like, I'm ADD as it is, and I was in a medicated fog for the better part of a week. I'm lucky I remember what color I'm wearing right now.
If you're on so much medication that you're in that much of a fog, you need to stop taking your medication, number one. And number two, it just his narcissism and thinking the police are going to believe that you accidentally master reset your phone. You got a flat, but it had nothing to do with Madeline being missing. All of this shit happening while Madeline's missing, and everything they already know because they just finished talking to Jennifer, and he still thinks he has the upper hand. It's just appalling.
Do you remember what errands you were running?
Yeah, I wanted to go check out some game shops.
Where were these game shops?
There's Coliseum of Comics, there's House Rule Games nearby. A lot of the Targets and Walmarts carry the game I was looking forward to. We just had a new release on Friday, so even though I don't have much in the way of money right now, I still wanted to look and see what the situation is.
It's always nice to window shop.
It is. I'm a serial consumer. So I was just driving around up and down 192, sort of just aimlessly, honestly. Just killing time till it was time to go back.
All right, so when you got home, did you and Jennifer leave from school?
So I got home, it was 10 minutes later than Jen had wanted to. By 10 minutes, I called her and said, hey, where are you? I'm so sorry, I got a flat. She already left. She had been gone for 10 minutes. It didn't make sense for her to come back and get me. She likes to be the first in line when the kids start coming out.
Okay, then wasn't at school. So what happened? Did Jennifer call you after that, or what?
I was already on the phone with her while she was waiting. We were just chit-chatting. We do that. We just keep each other company even if we're not physically together. You know? And she's and that's when we started asking questions. You know, did she go somewhere else? Did she know that you were going to come pick her up? Did she possibly go to her office, which has kind of been what she's been doing for the past. Working a new schedule. So we started making all the calls. And no one had seen her yet. And so that's when we started getting a lot more concerned and panicked. She drove around a little more, looking for her, looking along the walking paths. And see anything. Went to her. Not there. Waited around. Not there. Went back to the school. Not there. At that point, the whole family started rallying up and going to meetings. And I think that it was around that.
Going back to school, how was she like on the car ride there?
Just calmed down, sleeping.
I know I'm not talking much. I'm trying to get through this part and then get to where like they actually start calling him on the lies and then, you know, all of the other things that happen in this. So I am here and I'm listening. I'm just trying not to talk too much until we get through this first part.
Sleeping along the way. She does that.
How often have you?
Not often, honestly. This might have been my third or fourth morning school run. I'm not normally the one to do it.
And on the other occasions, has she had you drop her off in and around the same location, or how does that?
She has this image thing. I guess it's she only likes to be seen getting out of certain cars in front of the school. But mine's, I guess, kind of a hoopty, and she's embarrassed by it.
A Lincoln?
A nice looking Sentra. So yeah, this is not the first time she's asked me to drop her off a little ways down so she could walk up and look cool.
So you say she was conked out on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
You said you took her to school, or you were on her way to school. You needed to turn around to get your clicker.
Correct.
Was she sleeping then too?
She was. Yeah.
Okay.
It had been an early morning, so I figured it'd be fine to let her sleep in the car ride.
Okay. When you got back to the apartment complex, or did you go in the front gate, or because I know there's the front entrance and then the back entrance?
When I came back after forgetting my phone.
Yeah. So which way did you leave?
I would have had to go in the front.
Okay.
And the guy scanned it. And I got in, got my fob, and left. I don't remember if I left out the front or the back.
Did you stop anywhere else in? No.
Not that I recall, no.
Okay.
Using that term, not that I recall, that's going to be a catch-all or like a saving grace for like if they are like, oh, well, we saw you here or we saw you there. And he can say, oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't recall that. You know, just a way to continue to be able to lie in the conversation or cover your ass if you get caught in a lie.
Did you take any trash out from the apartment?
The night before, I think I did.
This is going to be important because they already know that he's thrown away Madeline's things.
I'm not sure. I took the trash out at some point, but I don't remember if it was the night before or it was the morning of. Yeah, sometimes we get trash bags piling up by the door. To see them.
Is there like a common trash place, or like is there take their trash to?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where you took the trash out?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't remember if that was Sunday night or Monday morning?
It could have been Sunday night. I don't recall. I'm sorry, I was in the fog.
Well,
He's saying he can't recall if it was nighttime or daytime when he took the trash out because it's in a fog. Again, you know he's lying. He's just trying to cover his ass in case he gets caught in a lie. So he can, again, say, I didn't recall that. I'm sorry.
Okay. So we're you don't know.
Supposedly they got video of her walking past the church or waiting at the church for a while and then leaving.
How's your relationship with her?
Great. I'm one of her favorite people in the world.
This is redacted. This is not me.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 37, about to be 38.
You seem like a genuinely nice person.
I try to be.
Hope you enjoyed that birthday in jail.
Jennifer talks very highly of you. You know.
I'm making excuses.
So the morning school, when you came back, get your clicker. What was your?
She wasn't saying anything. She was just asleep. She was just reclined in the chair, sleeping.
Okay, explain to me, like reclining backwards.
Just laying back in the chair. Just like that, I guess.
Okay. All right. Stuff on here. I'm too old to lie to people. Too old to beat around the bush. And we seem like we're having a generally good conversation right now. Okay. The only thing that I ask for from you is, and I will reciprocate, I want you to be honest with me as much as I'm being honest with you. Okay. There's cameras in all over the place, as you can imagine. Nowadays, cameras are everywhere. Okay. So we see you coming in at the guard shack. Okay. We see you go by the dumpster. Okay.
I may have taken some trash with me then.
What was in the trash?
House trash.
House trash?
Yep. So it must have been that morning then.
So here it changes. I might have taken out the trash. Yep. Sure. So it must have been that morning then, just trying to make it look like he didn't recall, knowing damn well he's lying, and the police do too. That's why they said what they said.
We'll toss trash bags on the back seat, and wherever we're going on our way out, we'll drop that off. I think I may have mentioned to her before her. I'll have to double check.
Okay. Was everything in trash bags?
I'm sorry?
Was everything in trash bags, or was there any items that were just tossed along with the bag?
I think it would have been trash bags or maybe some boxes too.
Okay.
Some birthday stuff, leftovers. I can't remember exactly what.
Okay. When you for school, did she have her backpack with her?
Yes.
She did. Did she have her school computer with her?
Yes. Presumably, yes.
Presumably. Okay.
She should have.
Once again, this goes back with the whole honesty thing. There was things in that trash bag that got thrown away that probably shouldn't have been thrown away. Okay.
What?
We'll get that in a minute. But right now, our main focus is finding. That is our number one focus right now. Okay. Do you have any idea where she may be?
No.
None whatsoever.
No.
Okay. All right. Do you know? Okay. And sounds like and something may have happened. Do you think anything?
I don't think so. I don't think what could have happened.
Okay. All right. Do you know anybody that lives in St. Cloud? Do you know where St. Cloud is?
I think this guy right here is just like holding his fist, like trying not to punch him in the face. I've always thought that since the first time I watched it.
St. Cloud, that's north or south or
East.
east?
East of Kissimmee.
Yeah. I haven't been out there too much. But yeah, I'm familiar with St. Cloud.
Okay. Whereabouts in St. Cloud? Like, do you know friends out there, or?
I don't have any friends really. I've driven out there a few times before. Mostly just when I'm meandering up and down 192.
Were you out there this week?
Yeah, I was out there sometime this week. Sometimes I just drive and meander around and explore. And drive till I don't know where I am, and drive till I know where I am again. And
I had a comment that was somebody said this family seems to do a lot of meandering, and yeah, I find that funny. That's not a very common word, meandering. And he does say it a lot.
I don't know, just driving, it's peaceful sometimes.
All right.
If I got time to kill, I'll just drive around.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you're saying when she had her backpack, presumably her school computer was in her backpack, and you described her wearing a green jacket, some kind of dark colored shorts, and white Crocs. Okay. Well, I can confidently tell you she did not go to school with her backpack.
How's that?
Because we found it in the trash.
I'm just talking away. I forgot my whole thought process with that. Notice the way, like, when they're talking about they know that she didn't have her book bag because they found it. He sat back and like started blinking. Oh, really? Like trying to cover his lie, trying to continue to be deceptive. But now he knows that the police know that the police know that he's lying. And he's still just going to try to ride that lie all the way down to the pits of hell.
So, Stefan, here's what I'm asking you and pleading with you is to dig down and do some soul searching.
I can see the fear on his face. Like you can see it. I can see it.
Okay. You understand? The family's pleading with you. I'm pleading with you because this is all that we need to find. And it's, as more time goes by, it's tough. I have kids. He's got kids. And this little girl's out there somewhere that we need to know where. And I really, really, really think you can help us. I mean, you want to get something off your chest. I don't know what it is, but I'm pleading with you.
I don't know. I don't.
What happened?
I dropped her off.
Straight lies. I don't know where Maddie is. I don't. Just trying to reiterate that you don't know where she's at, knowing damn well that everybody in the room knows you're lying.
I dropped her off on the road to school. That was the last I saw her.
Sometime throughout the night on Sunday, did you guys have any interaction, conversations?
What, like fight?
No, I'm not saying fight. I'm just, did you guys sit up and talk, or?
We talked while I was making ramen. She was excited about her choir performance coming up. She was singing a little bit. I told her it was pretty. It reminded me of Sister Act. That's why I wanted to show her that movie. Just talking about a crush she had on the boy.
How'd that make you feel?
Fine. She knows she's not old enough to date, but I told her crush on. Get your crush. That's healthy.
Asking him, how did that make you feel? How did it make you feel that she had a crush on a boy, knowing they've already seen all the CSA pictures? They know what he's been doing to this baby, and asking him just to judge and just to get his reaction and see what that's going to be, because they know that it made him upset, because they've already seen the pictures. They know what he's done to her. They know their dynamic. You know what I mean? And they're just judging his reaction. I like to see them do this, like, knowing what they know now, Jen says a few hours prior to this interrogation, Stephen went to Northport and apparently St. Clair too. At least Chris was told this. Yes, I think they asked him again in this interview, and they asked Jen in the other interview who he knew in Northport other than his parents, and I think they asked him about St. Clair too. I don't know where those places are, like in reference, like how far they are from each other or how far they are from where he was supposed to be at. But I imagine it's a pretty good distance.
Do you think, had she had any boyfriends in the past?
Not per se, boyfriends as however they can be early on, but we decided that she was too young, needed to avoid that BS.
All right, being that she's too young, so she shouldn't be having sex with boys. You're saying?
She's all the
saying being she's too young, so she shouldn't have sex with boys, knowing that he wants to have that Stephen has been having sex with her and he's a grown-ass man. This guy right here, I mean, he just kills me. He looks like he wants to punch him so bad, and I think he does. Jenny said, interactions. How is it that you immediately thought like making them, sorry, let me reread it. Interactions. How is that immediately making him think a fight? And that's correct. That's something I picked up on as well. And that's a really great point. You wouldn't normally think when somebody asked you if you had an interaction with somebody, you wouldn't normally go to a fight unless that's what actually happened, which is, we know that. We know now that she was strangled sometime during the night. Now, the cops don't know that yet because they haven't found her body yet in this interview. I think, no, in the video interview with Jen, they haven't found it either because they're still looking for her when that interview happens. But yeah, so that was a dead giveaway. Him talking about a fight, that's a dead giveaway to what happened that night. And they'll find out when they find her body.
none of it counts. None of it's real. I just told her she'd be better off waiting until high school.
Has she ever talked to you about boys?
A little bit sometimes. A little bit.
Has she ever, because I asked Jennifer the same thing, has she ever disclosed to you about being sexually active with boys?
No.
Do you know if she's ever been sexually active with anybody in the past?
Not that I'm aware of. I heard there was some sort of incident when she was much younger where she did something with the phone or a camera but got scolded for it. She was very young. She didn't know. She got scolded for it though. But it's vague. It's just remembering what someone said offhand.
All right. What happened to your hand?
Flat tire. I haven't changed a flat tire in about 10 years, so I made a rookie mistake.
Like, knowing that what you've been doing with her, that the police have your phone and that you master reset it, and they're asking you about her sex life and all of the questions like that, like you're still lying. Like, you wouldn't think, okay, they're asking me about her sexual relations and things like that, knowing what I know that this monster has been doing, knowing him thinking, knowing what I know, I shouldn't just, I'm just going to continue to lie and not admit it, because obviously if they're asking you about something so specific as a 13-year-old child's sex life, and you've been doing that to her for so long, they know something. Like, again, just ignorance and blatant lies.
Mistake and had my thumb too close to where the jack and the frame meet, and it slipped, and the frame came down on my thumb and pinned it between the jack, which I feel like I got off surprisingly light with that.
Ouch.
I yanked it free. You're not supposed to do that. It looks okay. It's got the worst of it. Some bruising under the nail.
What about the other scratches?
Courtesy of a janky tire iron and the road.
Did you bleed at all?
Yeah, this one had some blood and this one had some blood, but not much. It clotted fast.
Do you know what popped your tire at all?
I have no idea. Tire just started going floppy and then
Pretty worn out or
way
something?
floppier and then just completely freaking separated. I think I had a spare and a jack. Janky as it was.
So typically when changing a tire and stuff, you tend to get brake dust and dirty and all that.
Yeah,
Did you happen to?
positive that I breathed in some freaking brake dust or tire dust or something because I was coughing the rest of the afternoon.
What'd you end up doing to clean up or stop the bleeding and stuff?
Nothing, actually. I just
You
went
didn't get
home
too dirty?
and washed my hands and that was it.
Your clothes get all messed up and all, or
Not bad, surprisingly.
what were you wearing by chance?
This. So I think I'm still wearing this. I'm still wearing the same clothes.
And that's another thing. I think another reason why they want these clothes in particular, because they know when he got a flat tire, it more than likely had something to do with him disposing of her body or something in that regard. So they're collecting those clothes to get any DNA evidence he might have of her that could be on those clothes, as far as blood or anything that wouldn't normally be there from being in the same household.
Oh, so you kept everything.
I forgot. The original reason I paused this was because I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same clothes he was wearing in the interview that they did for the news. So, and we know he gets arrested here. So he did the news interview like maybe right before this or a couple hours before this.
Try to, I guess.
You weren't wearing a red shirt?
He was wearing a red shirt early in the morning. But I changed clothes later because because that shirt was had been a couple days old that morning. And the flat tire happened after that.
Did a flat tire happen before or
After.
after?
It was sometime afternoon between noon and like 2:30.
Mhm.
I don't know how long it took me to fix it.
And you changed your shirt before or after going back to get the gate clicker?
I don't recall. Maybe after. I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm medicated. I've been medicated all week. My memory is just not as reliable as I would like it to be right now. I was in a fog and half asleep that morning as it was.
Or on her own when you took her to school?
Yes.
What are you thinking about?
Sorry, I'm spacing out here.
They could see the stress on his face and how he's freaking out, and that's why they asked him, "What are you thinking about?" Because they can see him, the stress and the fear in his face.
Long day, no sleep.
Who else has access to your car? Are you the only one that drives it?
My parents have access.
But here in Kissimmee?
Yeah, Kissimmee, I'm pretty much the only one with access to it.
So safe to say you'd be the only male driving that Lincoln?
Presumably, yes.
All right, I want to get back a little bit to you saying she's not allowed to have boyfriends or anything like that.
She can have crushes she likes, though.
Mm.
That's fine.
All right, have you and her ever exchanged, do you guys exchange text messages? How do you guys communicate?
FaceTime. She'll FaceTime me at night when I'm not around before bedtime to say goodnight. Talk. Sometimes we don't even talk about anything. We'll just sit there doing our own thing and just with each other's faces on the phone. Just spending time.
So right here, he's talking to Maddie the exact same way he talks to Jennifer, who's supposed to be his girlfriend, that they would FaceTime and just sit there with each other's faces on the phone. That's weird to me.
What happened? So the deputies made a comment. So what happened to your phone?
No idea what happened to my phone. I was pushing off doing this update for a while and ended up trying to do it. I don't know what the hell, my head being in the state it was, I wasn't paying attention. I ended up somehow doing some sort of option that updated the OS, but it ended up wiping my phone at the same time. Even just now, the phone that my dad gave me and set up for me, I literally just pulled it out of my pocket and the sucker was reinitializing again.
Mm.
So I don't know if it's just me and technology right now, or I'm just not paying attention, or.
Did that happen once to your phone, or how many times do you think you updated your phone?
I think I tried to update it twice, and I don't know what happened.
Okay, and from what I understand, that you gave the deputies consent to look through your phone. You did, okay. And you voluntarily gave it to them so they could bring it here to do the extraction and stuff like that. Okay. What do you think was on the phone?
Text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Emails.
Keep in mind, they already know about the images and videos that was on his phone.
fun stuff.
Pictures?
Oh yeah.
What kind of pictures were on there?
Trading card pictures, lightsaber pictures, Disney pictures.
Exactly, Jen.
Do you have a Google account?
Yeah,
Do you save pictures to your Google account?
sometimes. Yeah.
Or is it automatically? I know sometimes phones sync to a cloud and.
Yeah, I think it backs up to Google.
So they're trying in every way possible to let him know without coming out and saying it that, like, motherfucker, we know what you did. We have the pictures. You know, even though you factory reset it, it stored it to the cloud. Not that they probably even needed that. I'm sure forensics pulled them pictures out in less than 30 seconds. They're trying so hard to get him to realize that they know about it and see what he's going to say. And he just keeps right on lying, riding that lie straight to the pits of hell where he belongs.
And then sometimes when you reset your phone and your phone updates and puts these apps back on your phone, sometimes they will put the images back on your phone.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, I assume so.
Do you have any pictures of you? And
Probably. I mean, we went to Disney, took selfies on the train. She got back from Puerto Rico and had her hair braided. We got pictures of that. All sorts of pictures. Family events. I'm not as much of a shutterbug. Take them every once in a while.
Trying to make excuses again. I mean, why they're not going to ask you about specific pictures of Madeline if they've got pictures of her at Disney and coming back from Puerto Rico with her hair braided, Stefan. That's not, and you know that. Like, it just irritates the shit out of me. This guy again is over here like rubbing his face like, Lord, how much is this guy going to continue to lie?
any other pictures you can think of? Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you. There's your phone. And I'm pretty sure you know what some of those pictures are about. You're a very intelligent person. And I don't want you to discredit yourself by saying you don't know about all the pictures that are on your phone. You understand what I'm saying?
Giving him a
So
chance.
do you want to add to the list of pictures?
He's thinking about it. He knows.
I don't know. Should I be talking with a lawyer right now?
Any lawyers up.
I can't.
He knows that he's busted. He can't talk himself out of this lie, so he's going to get a lawyer.
Answer that question. My sole purpose right now is to see if I can find, and I'm really hoping you can help me.
Okay. Well, I'd like to try to help, but I feel like I should probably have a lawyer present at this point.
So you're wanting an attorney?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That can happen. I want to let you know you're not free to leave. You're being detained. Okay. Do you want to know what you're being detained for?
Yeah.
Capital sexual battery and possession of child pornography.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
we're going to step out. If you
His response, okay. That's a guilty person's response. He knows he's busted. He knows he can't lie. He knows what he did. He knows that they know. And his response is, okay, to his charges. Unfreaking believable. Like, okay, I've been abusing this baby since she was 8 years old, ruined her whole entire life, made her look at my flabby, nasty chest, body, shit. Okay. She's dead now. I got done using her as my play toy and I killed her by accident or killed her on purpose. Okay, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Like, it just makes me sick.
If you need anything, please tap on this door. Okay? And there's going to be detectives outside that will be able to assist you.
Okay.
Well, good luck to you, Mr. Is it Stearns?
Yeah.
Stern. Stern.
I'm going to leave this part in, but speed it up so we can kind of watch how he fidgets around now that he knows he's been busted. But please keep in mind it has been sped up. So we're watching him, and all, like, right now he's thinking about all those images and all those videos and all of the things that the pictures that he took with Maddie that they have now seen. I hope he's humiliated and embarrassed, and what happens next humiliates and embarrasses him even more. And I'm glad. I'm really glad that he went through it. Getting these charges and all the shit he had to go through. Like, he's just playing in his head right now over and over the images and the videos. Yeah. Catherine says he's freaking out big time. And she says hello to everybody. That's right, he is. You can, I mean, the way he fidgets and everything. He's even hitting the vape. Got to get that nicotine hit in, because he's just stressed. His legs are moving. He's actually moving in the chair. He seems to be breathing faster, which it is sped up. That could be why it looks like that. But I'm just thinking about all of the things he's thinking about in his head right now. All of the shit he's replaying in his head. Everything he done to this baby. I hope he is embarrassed to no end. And I hope he gets the strictest punishment possible. She was 8 when this started. I'm going to try to pull the affidavits tomorrow. We might take a break and go over what my wonderful mug brought up to me and pull the affidavits and his Reddit tomorrow morning. And then maybe Tuesday we can do the video interrogation of Jennifer. But that original affidavit talks about how young she was. It's so sad and sick. See, he's nervous, wiping stuff off the table, nervously cleaning up and stuff, fixing the cup, fixing the can. It's like a nervous tick. Like, we have not seen this man move this much since we've seen him, since we first heard about him. Talking to himself, wiping his face, stressed, worried about himself. Like, both of these people, in my opinion, Jen and him, never worried about Madeline. Never cared enough to give a crap about her. Sit there with your head down, pouting right now. Just replaying that shit over and over and over in his head, knowing that they know. Rubbing the back of his neck tight, tension. Breathing in and out. Cleaning the shirt, a nervous tick. All of these things he's doing, just give him away. Look at him. Figured out he can't ride them lies straight to the pits of hell no more. Now he's freaking out. Like, nobody's freaking out when Madeline's disappeared. Of course, you know, he knew what he had done, but like, you have not shown this much emotion for anybody or anything up until this point. And the reason you're showing it now is because your ass is on the line. You're the one who's in trouble. You're the one who's finally got caught and busted for all your shit. His whole life, everything's been handed to him and been able to get away with everything. Always been taken care of. able to lie himself out of any kind of issues, any kind of troubles, whatever. And he just thought he could walk around on this earth doing whatever the hell he wanted to do, whatever gave him gratification at the time. Thank you, Jen. She's on it. Welcome, Kat. Yeah, I'm sorry if I didn't say welcome. Thank you, Jenny. That's why she's my mod. She's awesome. Welcome, Catherine. I hope you choose to stay here and hang out with us and join the speculation family by liking and subscribing. I want to leave it in so we can continue to watch it. If for some reason there are still any children around you, please, please, please have them leave the room now. It's about to get graphic. I have covered up the graphic part, but it's still pretty bad. Please have them leave the room.
Stefan, so what's going to happen now is we have a warrant to collect a couple of items from you, okay? So basically, this young lady here, we're going to swab your cheek, you know, we're going to take some of your clothes, stuff like that, okay? So she is going to take some pictures of you as well, like your hands, and we're going to ask you to take your jacket off so we can get your arms and all that stuff too, okay?
Place your jacket in here.
Did he manage it? Which part, Mark?
What?
Do I need to read it?
Oh, but
The
yeah.
whole thing?
Yep.
All right, so in the name of the state of Florida, all right, any sworn Kissimmee police officer, Osceola County Sheriff's Deputy, Orange County Deputy, sworn investigator of the State Attorney's Office, the Ninth Judicial Circuit Court of Florida, special agent of Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, or any sworn police officer, deputy sheriff acting under a mutual aid or cooperation agreement with the Sheriff's Office of Osceola County. Whereas before me, the Honorable Judge, it's hard to read his handwriting, of the Ninth Judicial Circuit of Orange County, Osceola County, the sworn written application affidavit search warrant has been made on this date by Detective Moore of the Kissimmee Police Department, assigned to the Criminal Investigations Division. And whereas the facts made known in this application and search warrant, there may be cause to certify and find probable cause to believe that certain evidence, to wit, DNA, genetic material, buccal swabs from you, Stephen Michael Stearns, blood, saliva, or epithelial cells to be collected from you, Michael Stearns, photographs and swabs of your penis, and clothing worn by you as of right now. All right, this is evidence. This is believed to be evidence of the felony crime that we've already talked about.
I've got a tinkle, so I'm going to run and do that, and I'll be right back to continue commentary over this.
Took place in Florida, which is a violation of statute 7940114B and 8270715A, prohibiting the crimes of sexual battery, possession of material depicting sexual performance of a child. Currently exists within Orange and Osceola County, and is presently believed to be under your control, Stephen Michael Stearns, and that the law relating to said offenses are possessed on you, who is more specifically desired below, and then it has your name and date of birth and social. So Stephen Michael Stearns is your first name, social, birth 4/25/1986, and you're a white male, black hair, brown eyes, 6'2". Now therefore, the law enforcement officer named above, which such lawful assistance as may be necessary, you are here commanded in daytime, nighttime, or on Sunday, as the agencies of the situation may require, to enter and search the above listed person that we talked about earlier, with the taking of the DNA material, buccal cells, through a buccal swab, which will be done by the appropriate personnel and will involve no unreasonable intrusion into or upon the body of you, Michael Stearns, for which the evidence is to be collected. The person and evidence requested is reasonably believed to be engaged in or connection with the said illegal activity we talked about earlier. For this evidence described in this warrant and in the same of any part thereof to be found, you are hereby authorized to seize, secure, collect, photograph, examine, analysis, and videotape said evidence in this search warrant. All right, after we're done, a proper inventory receipt will be given for any evidence or property seized, and a completed duplicate copy of this search warrant will be delivered to you in control of the property searched, or in the absence of any such, we will leave a copy, but you're here today, so we'll give you a copy of the search warrant. All right. And then it just states that we have to do the search warrant return within 10 days after executing the search warrant as of today. All right. This will be your copy here. So go ahead and stand up. She's going to go ahead and take some pictures of you.
You can stand just in front of the wall here. And if you could put your hands out like this and turn them over. Do you want me to kick out his watch? Yeah, that'll work. And your hat also, please.
He looks humiliated. Sorry. Just see it on his face, how humiliated. And just the realization of I was fucked.
Okay, if you could open your mouth. If you could take off your shirt.
I'm going to give a trigger warning right now because I'm about to say something that I thought and somebody said it in a comment. And I debated on whether to say anything, but you know, this is what I'm going to give you a trigger warning, okay? This is what what you see right here, this chest, the 3 belly buttons that we got going on from probably some kind of surgery, that just flabby, wrinkled man, grown ass man with the white beard and the white hair. That's what Madeline had to look at. The hair on the back, you can see it, the outline of it right there. That's what Madeline had creeping on her in the middle of the night, preying on her. This monster, that's what she had to look at and lay beside at night. That's what she had to endure. And I'm going to leave that at that. And it's just sad. I really hate what this child has went through. I've said it before. I wish I could just tell her how beautiful she was. And even though nobody knew what was going on and she couldn't say anything to anybody, everybody, the whole entire world knows now. And the whole entire world knows her face, her beautiful face, and her story. And I mean, it's international by now. It's at least nationwide, if not internationally known. And I hope that she is in heaven looking down and she knows all this and can see all this. And even though all these horrible things were happening to her and the world knows what happened to her, they also know her face, her voice, her name. And that's the only thing that I get out of this that makes me happy, is that she's not suffering, and that so I know when she was alive, she just probably thought she was nothing. She was quiet, they said in school, and reserved, and she didn't tell anybody what she was going through at home. And having to keep all that emotion and pain built up, pent up inside. Now everybody knows her story. I find that it makes it easier to deal with, knowing that.
Okay. Your shoes? Here you go. Okay, go ahead and turn around, face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. Put them together like you're praying. There you go.
Sorry
Just like
about
that.
that.
Go ahead and spread your feet for me. Thank you.
We were debating in comments about what was on his arm. It could be a family request or that sustenance, which is his name on Reddit. This on his back, it's some kind of face with like a long
Oh, wait,
handlebar,
let me go picture.
and it looks like whatever the face is wearing some kind of like king's crown on the head. Like, I'm wondering if it's supposed to be him with a big old long handlebar mustache. I'm not sure. I didn't even notice the other one on his arm that people are talking about, so I'm going to keep a lookout for that. One person thought it could be a family crest. Another one said it's his Reddit name, which was Sustanet, Sustinet, I do believe. I haven't pulled it up since February, so I'll have to. That's another thing I'm going to work on getting. I took screenshots of it way back then. I'm going to find it for us to go over tomorrow.
I just want to see something real quick. Did you get a really good picture of this right here? This whole area.
So for them to point that out, they already knew what they were coming into pictures of. They knew that to look at his hands and everything.
Probably not that. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay, that area too, please. Can you take one like that, please?
Oh gosh, Jenny, that's true.
Take it around, Stephen.
Jenny Jen says when Stefan and Madeline. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. When Stefan said Madeline couldn't date nor be having schmecks, with boys her age or whatever, it made her think that poor Madeline heard all that she wasn't, all that she couldn't be, all she wasn't allowed to do while dealing with this monster preying on her. I mean, that's true, and it's sad. But everybody knows her story now. and he's going down. I believe she's working from heaven, and I know she sees all this and knows that she's known. It sucks that it had to be in death, but she's left a mark on this world.
Good. Did you guys get a picture of his scar on his stomach?
She got a full photo, yeah.
Yeah.
First live I didn't realize she was naked because like they block out parts of it. Like there will be parts, I guess it's their badges or something, but it'll be black.
Try not to let the pants touch the ground, please. What's this in this pocket here? Just your wallet?
Yeah.
Lift your foot, please. You got it.
And anyway, it was playing, and then I had looked down at something, and I looked up, and I just saw every bit of this man in his nakedness, and I had to abort and delete the live real quick. Like, I didn't have many people in there then, but I was like, oh my God. And then that evening, I got the video done and put the pumpkin over him.
We need to search these again before you take them to make sure that there's nothing else in there.
Kat says,
I just want to make sure that we.
Jenny says, my mom says she has to go, but she's given a big thanks to Rooster and Kat for being here. And I am too. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody who's here. Thank you everybody who's watching. Please give a like, consider subscribing, leave a comment if you want. Oh, thanks, Jen. Thank you to our amazing mod, Jen, here. And thank you. Yep. Thank you guys for being here.
Do we search these again before she submits them? Is there anything else in these pants that we need to know about? Sure, need to keep on.
Just I still need to get underwear. Do you guys want that?
Yes, we do.
Where's my phone?
What bag am I gonna put these in? When we take them off?
The same as his
We're
pants.
done.
No, we need them separate.
You need them separate?
Yeah.
You
Mom,
have
can
to
you get
take
another brown paper bag from the drawer? What we're gonna do when we take off the boxers is I'm gonna take them off. He's gonna stabilize you to make sure you don't fall. I don't want the boxers touching the floor at all, so I'm gonna hold them up. You'll remove one leg at a time, just like you do your pants, okay?
If they touch the
And
floor,
then do you have a suit? Okay.
cross-contaminate them. They want to make sure they don't
We're
cross.
just waiting on one more bag for your pants. We're trying to keep you exposed for as short a time as possible.
Any evidence.
Thank you. All right, ready? He's gonna stabilize you. Go ahead, first leg out.
I'm gonna take the belt out of here and put it in. Okay.
Okay, second leg out. Thank you very much.
Look at the embarrassment on his face. Sorry about that bag. It's so loud. You can just see the embarrassment on his face, and I'm glad.
All right, there's certain things we're looking for, so we need to find the marks. Don't do anything squirrely, man. You will eat the carpet. Do you understand?
I want to know what he said right there. I think
Can you
it's
take a
funny.
picture of that marker, too, please?
Like, look at him. Just embarrassed.
Okay. Well, I need a flashlight or a light or something, please.
I thought because he's like standing over these women and it's a bunch of women that are doing that. I think the men were like, I'm not touching that. I'm not doing that. You can pay me all the money in the world to do that. Made the women do it. But he doesn't get erect or anything in the video. I thought this sick mug would, but he at least didn't do that. You can see just the embarrassment on his face, though, like the way he's squinching and looking to the side. I'm glad that he got embarrassed like this. I mean, it's nothing compared to what he did to Maddie. Oh, but you see the black box here, right? So, like, I saw that in the first video. Like, I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, everything's covered up. Nope. I was so wrong.
Where am I? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're
Yes.
okay.
Can somebody else touch her? It was on this side, right here somewhere.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
See, in this, they're looking for, like, distinguishing marks and freckles. And
I don't see it. Can you show me the freckle, please?
see, there's the freckle. Jen
You know what I'm
can't.
talking about?
It's the one he took over there.
That was a freckle? Okay. Here.
Jen talks about it could be his, it might not be his. I'm not sure. You know, evidently he has a very identifiable member. I don't know how you didn't know if it was or was not his. Like, we know they hadn't been, and that's another thing that blows my mind. They hadn't been sleeping together since 2022. Like, why are you even dating him at this point? Unless you were keeping him there to be around Maddie.
You're sorry for my. Is it on this side, you think? Turn this way for me, please, face me. Light on, right here.
Trying to locate that freckle.
Back the light up a little bit and put it like more towards the center.
Look
Right
at
there.
the embarrassment. Like, I'm glad he had to go through this.
Okay, let's take a picture of this mark right here, please, if we can see that.
And normally they wouldn't put it out here.
It
Like,
could also be on the skin down here when he gets erect. It's like getting, you know what I mean?
normally they wouldn't put it out here with him, like, being all the way in the nude, and they release it in the nude. Like, normally they cover that stuff up. I think they released it with him completely nude and everything, nothing covered up or anything, just to put that embarrassment on him more, because he's going to know that it got released, that people were able to request it and see every bit of him, and that's going to embarrass him even more. And I think they did that because of the sick shit he was doing. I think they did it 100% to embarrass him.
Any other marks? That like freckle thing right there?
I thought underneath.
Can we take it? Okay, underneath where?
Do you have those pictures?
So we have this one, which I believe is the one that she saw over here.
That's that one.
That's the dark one.
Yeah, you can't really see
Right
it too
there.
well with him not being
Oh,
erect.
yeah.
The one that we're trying to find is this down here.
Oh, gotcha.
So it might just be.
Let me see how much hair is. Can you zoom into that?
That's right where the hairline starts.
All right. Well, do we have a deputy out there with a real flashlight?
No.
What do you think of this skin?
He has to stand there longer while they're looking for something they can't find. Make it
Or it could have been having her.
flat,
Yeah.
longer and embarrassing.
And then he has freckles on his leg.
Yeah, we can take the birthmark or whatever it is.
Okay, so I was waiting for that. I heard in the beginning in like February that he was identifiable because he had a big red mark or some kind of birthmark there. And that just confirmed it for me because they were talking about looking for the birthmark. It's there evidently there's some kind of big red mark, probably from a circumcision or something.
You wanna check the pictures before we put clothes on and make sure,
Okay, so we for sure got this one.
yeah, the black freckle mark?
Yeah, we got that. The other one could be an inline hair. Just remember. Did we take a picture? Well, we're not able to see it with it not being erect. I don't think there was anything else there that we saw.
Okay. Did we get whatever was under the Band-Aid that you wanted to see?
Did you guys take the Band-Aid off?
I took it off.
Can we see? Let's take I think.
Let me get the swabs first.
Go ahead.
Since you're already in there.
Yeah. And definitely the head of the spinach too, please. Do you need where my hands are?
I'm sorry she's standing in the way. She's getting out of the way.
Turn around for me, please. It's okay. So we, I just wanna make sure, we'll get these clothes on him, and I wanna make sure that the marks on his hands are still, I'll steady you, he's gonna help you. Or you want me to do it and you steady him?
The front or back?
That's the front.
So there's in the front, yeah.
So put your foot over there. No, I'm good. That's right.
And the fact that he's in like a biohazard suit after when they dress him again, they put him in the biohazard suit, not the turtle suit, which I guess the turtle suit would have been worse. But the fact that it's a biohazard suit is not lost on me. Like, this motherfucker is hazardous, biohazardous, stay the fuck away, making him look sick, you know, in the outfit they put you in to keep you from getting sick if you're around somebody that's you know, sick or whatever. I love it. I love it.
Should be like a foot spot in there if you want to.
It's a onesie, yeah.
Oh, hold on, let's wait a second.
Yeah, as long as his front is covered. Okay, sorry, we just need to look at your hands again. I don't know if you can view the pictures you already have. I want to make sure that we have this stuff for them, to include that scratch.
Yeah, they got some in here too.
They're making sure to get them scratch marks in case they're defensive wounds from Maddie where he hurt her.
What was the cut on the stone that you needed a Band-Aid?
It's right there on the right side of the cuticle.
This?
Yeah.
Are we doing finger swabs?
Was that? I don't think it was in there.
No. Isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't see any other injuries. But I mean, it was in the dark too. So.
Do you guys have everything you feel like you need? Do you want to?
Yeah.
You want to just have a seat for a minute? Let them take a. Here, let me pull it out for you. Let them take a look at the photos, make sure we have everything, so we don't have to make you do all this again.
Handcuffs are digging into my joints here.
Which
I'm trying to find it comfortable. I'm trying to get it to a comfortable position.
The right hand.
The left one's the most uncomfortable.
Okay, face the wall for me so I can see.
The right one, I just got it too.
Their hands, they're not going to be comfortable.
This one's too tight.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do me a favor, have a seat. Let me swap my gloves because I don't want to touch my collar while in these gloves.
Yeah.
I'll swap them out and then I'll get you a new one.
Thank you.
I'll be with you in a second.
Okay.
Hold on, let me check this out. Alright, stand up, woman, please. I just want to make sure that main line is, you know what I mean? The main line on the wrist is seen. All right, go ahead and move forward, spread feet, wide, 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 more, there you go, just like that. I'll take it. Is that better?
I wish they'd have made it sit differently.
Is that still okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, have a seat.
She's very smart too, so let's get her opinion. But I think
Yeah, we're going to.
All right, while that's going on, I'm going to pull this up real quick. I'm going to leave that playing in the background. So this is his Reddit picture, and that could be what is on his back. I'm not sure. This picture right here could be what's on his back. But what I found ironic was this sustanet or sustaneer as a verb. It means to bear, withstand, or tolerate. Kind of like what I think they did as far as Madeline. They withstood her. Jennifer tolerated her. And it's funny that he uses that as his name. Like, we have to bear you, Stephen. We have to withstand you, Stephen. We have to tolerate you, Stephen. We'll continue going over that tomorrow and talk more about his Reddit post and all of the things as far as that goes. I do have to go soon, so I am going to speed this part up because there's not really much going on. It says I lost volume, so I'm going to stop sharing and then reshare it real quick. Like, just the look on his face, the realization of, it's over, I'm done. Prison forever. How long is it going to be until they found out I actually murdered? So I've sped it up because I have to go soon, unfortunately. But we can just watch him sit here and revel in the realization of it's all over. Look at his belly. Like, that's what Madeline had to be. Flabby. Flabby. And I'm not one to pick on people's appearance, okay? I'm the last person in the world to do that. But this person deserves it.
She's going to take a little bit of swabs of your hands, okay? So when she's ready, we'll have you stand up and just face the wall. That's easier for her.
She's going to take some swabs of your hands.
That's okay.
Yep, you can stand.
Oh, we're one over the bed. We can hear everything.
She's going to take a little bit of swabs of your hands, okay? So when she's ready, we'll have you stand up and just face the wall. Then it's easier for her.
Let me just go ahead and stand up.
That's okay.
Yep, you can stand right now.
I don't know if I could be nice and tell him what he's done, you know? I think the cop was looking at the tattoo, trying to figure out what it was. Probably trying to see if it was like a gang affiliated type thing. I don't know if there's something or some kind of like cartoon or something called sustenance, and that's a picture of it on its back. But it did look kind of, I mean, it kind of resembled the little Reddit character he had that I just showed you. Because that is his profile picture on Reddit. And his name.
Could you bend your right thumb towards your palm? Yeah, thank you.
I wonder what they're looking for on his hands. Like after all this time and stuff. I guess just trace DNA from Madeline, like blood cells or something to that effect would be my guess.
Now if you could bend your left thumb towards your palm.
None of us. Why are they asking?
Thank you.
That's cool how that folds up. Like that little envelope folds up to an evidence
And then you got her
packet.
neighbor? Yeah.
All right, buddy, you sit up.
The monster appears defeated. Alright, I gotta speed this up. Oh, I'll just turn closed caption on. Because I've gotta go. I'm supposed to go at 3, but I'm gonna be late. So I want to finish this out with y'all. Try not to pull it. I'm gonna try to get it on normal if anything else happens. just watching him sit here with the realization, yeah, huffing. It's over, motherfucker. It's done. Oh, your handcuff's not comfortable. You're gonna just huff and puff and sigh about how uncomfortable your handcuffs are, not taking into account anything that Madeline might have been feeling the whole time you were doing what you were doing to her. So this was February 28th. It's 21:06 hours, so that means it's what, 8? No, it's 9. I believe it's 9:06 p.m. So this would have been, because it looks like he's wearing the same clothes that he did to do the news interview. So this would have been, well, obviously after, because he got arrested, but late that evening. I think that was the day that she actually did he get arrested that day? I'm gonna look it up now. My mom would know, but she's not. Let me look that up real quick.
Did you say no, your wallet's gonna go to jail with you? And whatever change you have, some like loose change in your pocket, I just tossed that in the wallet too. Okay. Are you done with this? Okay. Do you need any more water?
More water would be great. Thank you.
So this is 2 days after she went missing. She went missing on the 26th. I'm gonna speed it back up. Nope, maybe not.
I'm gonna help you out, but I'm gonna go slow because I don't want you to choke, okay?
Is there
Good?
any of these can be in front of me?
No, sir, we do not do that. Sorry about that.
Should have had the closed captions on for throughout the whole video so we could hear them better. So I'll know to do that from now on. Just watching him have to do shit like that makes me so happy that he's having to do shit like that. Suffering. I revel in every bit of his suffering because of Maddie. So he's pulling the paper towards him to do a review of the charges and the affidavit. The judge, basically the warrant for his clothes, the pictures, and the swabs that we just watched, and all that. He's reading over the affidavit that was signed by the judge for the police to collect those items. I'm gonna speed it up again because, like I said, I am supposed to be somewhere like right now. I would normally keep it pulled up so I could push it back to normal if somebody walked in, but if we do that, we're going to cover up Stefan and miss all of his reactions and sighing. And, like, he's just huffing. The more he reads it, the more he's like, damn, I'm fucked. He thinks he's gonna get a lawyer and somehow deny that shit. That's why he said, I want a lawyer. Like, he thinks he can somehow deny the shit or get out of it. And they blatantly busted him lying by him saying that he didn't throw anything away. Even just the fact that they know Madeline was deceased in a car where he claims she was sleeping. Like, they've got him on so many lies already. The jury would convict, they're going to see all the lies. So they're going to take that into account, which is going to help their case. Sigh and then just looking down. I wish he'd cry right now. I really do. Wonder how many times Madeline cried thinking about what he was doing to her. Yep, you're fucked. Glad you realize it. Like Jen's reaction, you know, I've said not me. Like this motherfucker would be lucky to be breathing if it was me. Yeah. Uncomfortable in the handcuffs, I'm glad. Glad you have to drink water like that too. He said, oh God. He said, fuck. Because the handcuffs are hurting him. I know there's people out there that have like, you know, they know they're pedophiles, but there's people out there that don't act on it. They make it a point to stay away from children. Like you don't have to be a monster. And I believe truly 100% that he never got with Jennifer for Jennifer. He got with Jennifer for Maddie, in my opinion. And when they got together, she was young, like real young. 7 or 8 years old.
Just a little bit. Come on, stand up, face the wall for me, please. We're just gonna swap out your cuffs. You're not gonna go anywhere quite yet. So he's gonna put on a pair directly under these.
They've been watching him and saw him fidgeting with the cuffs and that it hurt him.
It's gonna hurt for a minute, but he's gonna take them off. Just bear with us. Fortunately, they're not made for comfort.
I wish they'd have made him suffer in the other ones. They watched him on the camera fidgeting, saw he was in pain, and then did something. Probably so they didn't get a lawsuit.
Thank you. All right, have a seat, Dawn.
God, it's worse. It's worse. It's cut off fingers my thumbs. That's what we don't know.
He said, it's worse now. It's cutting off my fingers. Now keep reading that paper so you understand just how fucked you are, monster. I don't know why it did that. That's not me. wonder, he must have said Madeline. He must have said her name or something. Like, because I don't know why they would have redacted it otherwise. I was gonna cry. Like, I don't understand why he looks so old. He's not that old, but he looks really old. Just keeps huffing and puffing reading that warrant. I hope he suffers every day the way that Madeline did. Like, I can tell by looking at his face how just he's realizing how just screwed he is. Sorry if this part's boring. I just want to make sure I play the whole entire video. It's almost over. So, and then I'll have to go. Looks like he just keeps reading it over and over and over just to realize how screwed he is. Complaining about the handcuffs.
No, I'm just gonna zip it up all the way. Can you send that for me, please? You can just face me. I'm gonna try to cover you as much as I can, okay?
Is there any way to have my arms through the holes in the handcuffs?
No, sorry.
Just getting claustrophobic like this. I feel like I'm gonna do this act.
We can leave your chest exposed a little bit.
Or just my arms being.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's not gonna change.
It's not a part driving on.
This is his copy. Yeah.
You gotta get
Last sip of
Used
water
to it.
before you go?
Yes, please.
Yes, okay.
Please, thank you.
All of it?
We won't go on until we get done.
Would you like some more?
Go on.
So we just, unless I'm-
Okay, head out there, just wait with her, she'll get you a little bit more water, and then I'm gonna check this room, and we will get out of here.
Better get used to being uncomfortable and claustrophobic there, bud.
Step forward for me.
All right. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good day. So that is the end of the interrogation and arrest of Stephen Stearns. I have got to go. If you would like to come back tomorrow and check me out, I'll be live. It'll probably be early in the morning. I plan on going over the Reddit post from Stephen, the affidavit, and watching a YouTube channel that my mod brought up where his parents do an interview. For now, I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for stopping by. If you would consider hitting that like and subscribe button, it helps me out so much. That's the best way to help me out. I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. I hope it's the best day you've ever had in your whole entire life. And I will see you all tomorrow morning. If you're catching this on the replay, thank you for being here and watching it. And thank you everybody who stopped in and dropped by to comment, say hello, just watch, whatever. Y'all have a good day and thank you again. Bye.